The commercial fishing industry in Rio Grande. In the state of Rio Grande do Sul, RS, Brazil, is one of the important economic sectors of this region. The city of Rio Grande is located near the mouth of the Lagoa dos Patos, one of the largest lagoons in the world, and is adjacent to the Atlantic Ocean, providing favorable conditions for this industry. Main characteristics of the fishing industry in Rio Grande: abundant marine resources, popular fish species, cod, mackerel, sardines, and crustaceans such as shrimp and crab. The region also exploits other seafood such as squid, octopus and clams. Supporting industries: seafood processing and freezing are an important part of the supply chain. With many factories operating in the area, Rio Grande has a large seaport, facilitating the export of seafood to international markets. Challenges: sustainable fishing. Marine resources are facing the risk of decline due to overfishing. Climate change, impact on marine ecosystems and seafood resources. Management, enforcement of regulations and policies to protect resources is sometimes difficult. Economic and social role. The fishing industry provides jobs for many local people, from fishermen to workers in processing plants. It is also an important source of income, contributing to regional economic development. Investing in modern technology helps improve fishing efficiency and protect the environment. Encouraging aquaculture, reducing pressure on natural resources. Promoting local seafood brands, to increase export value and create more added value. If you want to know more specific information or details about ongoing projects in this industry, we can help you find them. Trawling is a common method in the commercial fishing industry in Rio Grande, RS, Brazil. This is one of the areas with a thriving fishing industry thanks to its favorable geographical location. With rich sea resources at the mouth of the Lagoa dos Patos River and the Atlantic coast. Characteristics of trawling in Rio Grande. Method of operation. The trawl is attached to the fishing vessel and is lowered to the seabed or in the middle layer of the water. As the vessel moves, the trawl will collect fish and seafood into the net bag at the end. Types of fish and seafood exploited: seabed, flounder, stingray, crustaceans such as shrimp, crab, middle layer, sardines, mackerel, anchovies. In particular, sea shrimp is one of the high-value products from trawling. Infrastructure and scale. Fishing ports in Rio Grande provide logistical services for fishing vessels, such as maintenance, fuel supply and receiving seafood after exploitation. The region's trawl fleet includes both small, near shore, and large, offshore, vessels. Challenges. Environmental impacts. Bottom trawls can destroy marine ecosystems, harming corals and non-target organisms. Overfishing. Many fish and seafood species are in decline. Management and monitoring. Net size controls and catch limits are sometimes poorly enforced. Regulations and policies. The Brazilian government and the state of Rio Grande do Sul have regulations to protect marine resources, such as limiting fishing hours, fishing areas, and banning the use of trawls in some sensitive areas. Monitoring and conservation programs, such as closed shrimp fishing seasons, are also in place. Sustainability. Adopting modern technology, using environmentally friendly trawls to minimize impacts. Scientific research, monitoring and assessing marine resources to establish appropriate fishing quotas. Transition to aquaculture, reducing pressure on wild fishing. Measures being taken to manage trawling in the Rio Grande RS. Regulation of net size and fishing quotas. Minimum mesh size is set by the government to ensure that small fish have a chance to grow before being exploited. Quotas are applied to control the amount of seafood that can be harvested. Protecting endangered species. No-take zones. Some areas near the shore or sensitive ecosystems such as coral reefs and seagrasses are declared no-take zones to protect biodiversity. The Lagoa dos Patos area has areas that are closely monitored to protect shrimp stocks and economically valuable fish species. Closed fishing season. To protect the breeding season of marine species. Closed fishing seasons are periodically applied, usually from January to April for marine shrimp. Monitoring and enforcement. Agencies such as IBAMA, Brazilian Institute for the Environment and Renewable Resources, monitor fishing vessels to ensure compliance with regulations. Use of vessel tracking systems, VMS, to manage offshore fishing activities. Encourage alternative fishing methods. Programs to support fishermen in transitioning from trawling to more sustainable fishing methods, such as gill nets and hand lines. Training fishermen in environmental protection and responsible fishing. Positive impacts from improved management. Recovery of marine resources. Fish and shrimp species have the opportunity to recover. Ensuring long-term livelihoods for fishermen. Protection of the marine environment, minimizing damage to sensitive ecosystems. Enhancement of economic value. Sustainably harvested seafood has a higher value in international markets, especially when it has environmental certifications. The trawling industry in the Rio Grande is facing a great opportunity to transition towards sustainability, combining environmental protection with economic development. If you are interested in specific projects or information about the impact of trawling in the area, we can support you further. The use of trawls to harvest tens of tons of fish per trip is a common practice in the industrial fishing industry in Rio Grande RS. This reflects the high economic potential but also raises many issues to consider. Fishing process and scale. Catching activities. Fishing vessels are equipped with large trawl systems, capable of collecting fish from the seabed or midwater layer. Trips typically last from several days to several weeks, depending on the size of the vessel and the target. Seafood volume. A trip can collect tens of tons of fish, including target species, such as cod, mackerel, shrimp, and non-target species, bycatch. Large-scale trawls can collect a variety of marine life at the same time, including endangered species. Logistics. After the fish are loaded onto the boat, they are pre-processed, chilled or frozen on board to maintain freshness. Fishing ports in Rio Grande are where seafood is received, sorted, and transported to processing plants or markets. Impacts of large-scale fishing. Economic benefits. Contributes significantly to the region's GDP and provides jobs for thousands of people. Supports seafood exports, bringing foreign exchange to Brazil. Environmental issues. Bycatch, non-target organisms. Many organisms are caught and discarded because they have no commercial value, leading to waste of resources and threats to the ecosystem. Destruction of the seabed. Bottom trawls can damage corals, seagrasses, and other habitats. Danger of overfishing. Large-scale fishing can rapidly deplete fish and seafood stocks, with long-term impacts on fishermen's livelihoods. Solutions to maximize benefits and minimize impacts. Adopt advanced technology. Trawls can be designed to reduce bycatch and avoid damaging the seabed. Equip sensors and positioning systems to accurately identify fishing areas. Sustainable management. Limit maximum catch per trip. Prohibit fishing in sensitive areas or during the spawning season. Raise awareness among fishermen. Educate fishermen on the importance of sustainable fishing and protecting marine resources. Encourage the use of environmentally friendly fishing methods. In the Rio Grande, large industrial fishing vessels can haul up tens of tons of fish in a single trawl. For example, a shrimp fishing vessel can bring in 10 to 20 tons of seafood in a few days of operation. For groundfish species such as flounder, the yield can be even larger if fishing in rich fishing grounds. Post-harvest support system. After seafood is loaded onto the vessel, the preliminary processing and freezing process is often carried out immediately using mobile cold storage on board. This helps maintain product quality, especially when fishing trips are long. When the vessels arrive at port, processing plants in Rio Grande will sort and process the fish into various product forms, such as fillets, frozen, or canned, to serve domestic and international markets. Social and economic impacts of large catches. Economic contributions. The large volumes of seafood from fishing trips not only meet domestic consumption needs but also promote exports. Seafood from Rio Grande is often exported to countries such as the United States, Japan, and Europe. The industry provides jobs for thousands of workers in fishing ports, processing plants, and other support services, playing an important role in the local economy. Small-scale fishermen's livelihoods. Although the large-scale fishing industry brings many benefits, it sometimes causes difficulties for small-scale fishermen. Competition for fish resources and dependence on increasingly limited fishing resources are major issues. Challenges to be addressed. Declining fish stocks. Reports from many environmental organizations indicate significant declines in stocks of some fish species in the Rio Grande region due to past overfishing and uncontrolled fishing. High-value species such as shrimp and sardines are being exploited at sub-sustainable levels. The problem of bycatch. Industrial trawls often catch non-target species or species that are too small, leading to waste and affecting the food chain in marine ecosystems. Initiatives to address the problem. Sustainability certification. Organizations such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, encourage seafood companies to adhere to conservation standards, ensuring that their catch does not harm the marine environment. Aquaculture development. To reduce pressure on wild fish stocks. Aquaculture is a potential alternative in the Rio Grande. Shrimp and marine fish farming has been implemented with positive results. Technological innovation. Using smart trawls that can eliminate bycatch and avoid destroying the seabed. Apply modern monitoring tools to monitor and manage fishing vessels more effectively. The trawl fishery in the Rio Grande, with its large production and important economic role, needs sustainable strategies to maintain marine resources and ensure long-term livelihoods for fishing communities. Set maximum catch quotas by species and area based on scientific research on fish stocks. This will prevent overfishing. Apply satellite vessel monitoring (VMS) technology to ensure that vessels operate within permitted areas and comply with regulations. Local governments can organize training programs for fishermen on Sustainable fishing methods, such as choosing the right time and area to minimize negative impacts. The benefits of conserving marine resources for their long-term livelihoods. Transfer some of the workforce from fishing to aquaculture, especially for high-value species such as shrimp and halibut. High-tech marine aquaculture can become an alternative solution, reducing pressure on natural resources. Specially designed nets to minimize bycatch, catch of unwanted species, and avoid damaging the seabed. Use of modern sensors. Sensors mounted on nets help to locate target fish species and optimize the fishing process. Support fishing companies to achieve this certification. Increase export value and access to demanding international markets. International research cooperation. Rio Grande can cooperate with international organizations to share knowledge and experience in marine resource management. Potential for sustainable development. Maintaining high yields from trawl fishing can go hand in hand with environmental protection if the right sustainability measures are applied. High-value species, such as shrimp and sardines, can become the backbone of the Rio Grande seafood industry if properly managed. Strengthening the role of science and technology. Using biological data and advanced technology to make informed fishing decisions. Optimize profits, and protect resources. The future of the Rio Grande trawling industry. With support from the government, the community, and technology, the industry has the potential to become a model for sustainable marine economic development in Brazil. By minimizing negative impacts and optimizing economic benefits, the Rio Grande can continue to play an important role in the country's fishing industry. The life of a fisherman on a trawler in the Rio Grande RS is often challenging, requiring patience, skill, and endurance. Not only do these workers face harsh weather conditions, they also have to handle heavy workloads at sea. However, the work also brings a stable income and great significance to coastal communities. Trawlers often have compact living spaces. Fishermen share bedrooms, kitchens, and work areas on board. Weather conditions. The weather at sea can change rapidly, from hot sun to strong winds and strong waves. This requires fishermen to be adaptable and ready to work regardless of the conditions. Loading and pulling in the net. This is the main job and requires a lot of strength. The trawl net is lowered into the sea and pulled up using a mechanical system. Fishermen must inspect, classify seafood, and repair the net if it is torn. Preparation and storage. Fish and seafood are cleaned, chilled or frozen immediately after being pulled up. This work requires meticulousness and often takes many hours. Vessel maintenance. When not fishing, fishermen often maintain machinery, repair equipment or prepare nets for the next catch. On board, fishermen often work in shifts, each shift lasting from 6 to 12 hours. Day and night. Rest time between shifts is very short, usually only a few hours. Vacation on land. After each fishing trip lasting from a few days to a few weeks, fishermen have time to rest on land. This is when they spend time with their families and prepare for the next trip. Big waves, storms, and accidents while working on board are always present risks. Stress and fatigue. Continuous work and harsh environments can easily cause physical and mental exhaustion. Away from home. Fishermen often have to be away from home for long periods of time. Missing out on events. Although the work is hard, fishing brings in a fairly high income, especially when the trips have a large yield. Team spirit. Life on board creates opportunities for bonding between members, building friendships and solidarity. Pride in traditional occupation. For many fishermen, this is not just a job but also a family tradition, bringing pride in contributing to the marine economy. Upgrading fishing vessels with modern equipment and more comfortable living spaces to reduce pressure on fishermen. Training and support. Increase training on occupational safety and emergency response skills at sea. Supporting fishermen's families, communities and local authorities